Hey, what's going on, yo? Alex here, and we're back with Freshwater Mondays. Today, we're going to talk about the differences between chatterbaits, where to use those different types, and what to put in the back of them for a trailer. So let's get started here. We got a whole bunch of different chatterbaits here on the table. So to start off, we're going to start off with just the original chatterbait here. Now, this is what most people are using. That is going to have pretty much a basic vibration feel to it, you know, general like 3 to 4 inch profile on there. Now you can use that in a lot of different situations. Like I said, this is just like kind of like your generic chatterbait. Now they make a whole bunch of different kinds from different manufacturers, but right now we have like the top here on the table. Now if you're fishing somewhere where the water is going to be a lot murkier and you need the fish to really feel that vibration, and you're fishing around structure, using that cross-sized chatterbait is going to be a great thing. Has a little bit bigger blade, probably about, you know, just not too much bigger than the original, but it will give you a little bit different sound. You have those weed guards there that will make it, you know, sort of weedless. I wouldn't say 100%, but that's one of the ones that you definitely want to use for around structure, or just, you know, having a little bit different feel to it. Now we're going to go over here with the jackhammer. The jackhammer is pretty much like the premium chatterbait, like open hook chatterbait. And the reason behind it is you're going to have a tungsten head there, so it's going to actually sink down a little bit faster and keep you down a little bit deeper with a little bit lighter weight on there. That's going to start up a little bit faster when you start cranking on there. And actually with the jackhammer, one thing that you will see is that sometimes, depending on your reels, on how fast you're actually reeling it, or your actual cadence when you're reeling it, you can actually make it go side to side a little bit, like just hunt side to side. Now, if you're in super thick cover here, this is a local company. This guy here, it's from High Octane. This is almost an actual fully weedless chatterbait. There's a lot more out there in the actual industry, but this is local here. It's going to have a nice little wobble to it, and actually if you're running that to structure, every time you smack it against, you know, structure, will kind of hunt to the side. This guy's meant to be kind of reel a little bit slower, so not something that you want to burn. Other than that, we have 3 different types over here of chatterbaits, and they're going to be more finesse style baits. For example, the jackhammer stealth blade is going to be one of those baits that it's fairly new to the market, but the whole thing with this is just like a scrunger head, so it's just going to move side to side. It's not going to give out a lot of vibration on that. So if you're fishing behind people or in an area that's super high pressure and people throw a lot of chatterbaits in there, that'll be something a little bit better if you're behind them, to just get some bites. Some a little bit different, or in situations when sometimes the fish don't want that vibration, that heavy vibration, that will be a good bait to throw. Now over here, this is just your classic chatterbait, but on a smaller profile. Now when would you use that? If you're actually having luck with the bigger chatterbaits and you see that, you know, you're catching a lot of like smaller fish, and they're just like short striking it, you can go to that. If you also want to just match the hatch and your bait around is smaller, then that's the way to go with the mini. They're giving you a heavy duty hook on there, just on a smaller profile. And the last one here is going to be the Willow Bobs. That little guy there, super finesse, not just for obviously like bass fishing, but that's going to be a great little chatterbait for panfish, perch. For example, in this area, we use it a lot for white perch, actually, and produce some good sized perch. Pickerel, I mean, everything will hit that. And the cool thing about that is that it actually has like a little hunting side to side action to it. And you can play around with the blade and bend it, and it will actually change the vibration and kind of make it stay a little bit deeper. Now, they come in a 1/4 ounce and 3/8, so that's a great little guy for more of a smaller finesse presentation. As you can see, there's no skirt on that, so you can just put a plastic on there, or I've even added skirts to them, and you just have to hand tie them, and they kind of give it a little bit different look. Now, right over here, we have the 3 different types of actual trailers that you can put on there. Once again, match the hatch. If you're in a smaller environment with all of these finesse chatterbaits, you want to use the streaks, the 3.75s, just to match a smaller bait fish. A great actual trailer for all the bigger ones will be the racer shads. If you are trying to mimicking, you know, any kind of bigger bait fish shad, and there's bluegill patterns on that too, so you can use those. And this guy here, primarily in a lake that there's a lot of crawfish, or you just want some different, a little different look than everybody else, then you want to use a crawl style, you know, trailer there for all those baits. So each one of them has a little bit different purpose and whatnot. Obviously, like we mentioned, each one of them is going to work great in different situations. That's why I carry a couple of different ones in my box whenever I'm going to a place that, you know, I've been fishing a lot, or I just don't know, to try to kind of gauge what kind of action those fish want on these chatterbaits here. That's just kind of like the basics on that. Other than that, colors are obviously going to be a big thing to change whenever you're doing these. Darker colors for murkier water, more natural colors for your cleaner water, like green pumpkin, white, and once again, just match a hatch. So if you know there's shad in there, use white or kind of like silver colors. But yeah, once again, we have all of these in stock. That's why we carry 40 different styles of chatterbaits. And if you got any questions, just come by and talk to us. Have a good one.